If you also go to the pending task, copy the user ID. And go to your pending tasks. OK. Click on the pending test right. Do you see any pending tasks? No, right. It didn't trigger anything for you because you bring the update. So update, never tell you to run to your technical rule. But if you would have set up a update user rule right, which matches your condition, that time it would have import for you. OK. Now you got the thing right. What is the difference between and how this technical rule works and how this user update rule right? So if you create a new record here, right? Let me give a new user with the CTC. OK, and see what happened. If I give another user right. OK, with some different ID I'm trying to onboard. I'll give some unnamed and unnamed status 1. And city. I'll give CTC. Apply. OK, it is finished now. So let's go and run the application, run the job. OK. Go to the job history. And go to your job. Click Action. Start. Give you connection name. Submit it. A little bit the job to finish. So just expand it and see it what happened. Open the job. So you knew, is an inserted one right? So what is the username we give? So user right, go to the user. OK. So this is a user right, and if I go to the pending task, right. See, it generated the pending task for me, right. So this task, if I provision through the WC, try job right. So you will get an account. So for provisioning part right. He was just importing the thing. So, as I said, once your import happen, the user will come to save and, along with that, the technical rule it trigger. So technical rule is just to evaluate your condition at. It will generate a task for you basically. So how the system works. Right, there is two things. So basically we'll be talking about here, like First is user import right. What is the job of user import right? And again, once the import happened, right, that is another thing. Also, residing WC try job. How the things is working. Let me show you. So let's say, today the HR people write in the HRMS database, they updated or they created a new user. So the last new username is Kevin. Okay, this user got created here. And we have already set up a user import job right. That is why the user is coming to you. So this is your saving system. Okay, so the user came here through the user import right. As I said, the user import job is set right in the user update user import. I have mentioned two things right. One is check rule equal to true. 0-day provisioning equal to true. That means when the user is traversing from your HRMS system to save and write through the user import job. So in between I have mentioned check rule is equal to true. That means while the user is coming on the way, the rule run job will stop this user for a second and it will try to examine and evaluate what attribute is matching with what technical rule. If I have many technical rule, one by one, it will check and it will match. And once it finds the match case, it will try to hit the technical rule. So once the technical rule is hit, right. And it found that I have a technical rule whose name is called, like a DB, training CF. Right, and the user CT is CTC, and in my technical rule also the condition is user CT equal to CTC. So that means this technical rule is matching for me and what action given in the technical rule. Create an account for the user in DB training CF and assign in one entitlement right, people HR. So these two things I'm talking and telling to the technical to do, but always remember technical rule doesn't have capability to provision the user in the target system. So if your target system is DB training CF, it cannot create your account here. It doesn't have that capability. The capability of your rule right. Any rule with the reaches your technical rule or user update rule right. The capacity is bus, it will give you a generated task for you because in the back end you have the code and once the truth, it will try to create account task. It will trigger or it will try to accommodate that it will generate a task for you. One task is for your new account. Another task is for your add access. So, once the task is generated, always remember for provisioning right for creating account or updating account, for enabling account, for disabling account from Saviynt to your target application. You have a specific job. That job name is WS Retry. Okay, the name itself is WS Retry Job. These job. Always look in your pending task queue. It will go and look in the pending task queue. Whatever task is present right. It will try to process them, but you have to mention also here right in the WS Retry, what kind of a task I should process. You might have, thousands of tasks. Of add of database or LDAP. So I should mention to this WS Retry, job was go and pick only DB task, DB training. It will go and check in your pending task queue right and it will see what is your security system and endpoint. So, based on the endpoint right, if it found the endpoint name is DB, it will process those tasks right. Once it's processed and your account will get created in your DB training CF. So you will get a new account here as well as a add access task that is for entitlement also, you get create here. Okay, so the job is. It is driven by your WS Retry job. So too. Thing. I'll say three thing. Right, if this is your Saviynt system, the thumb rule is from Saviynt. You want to send any information to the target application, any information. Right to your target system. Irrespective of the target system whether it is your add, LDAP or, like your database or REST application, anything that will be carried out by your WS Retry job. Right. If this is your target system, let's say a DO database, somebody directly went ahead and create some record here, or you are integrating an old legacy application. If you want to bring back those information to here, right? So that will be driven by your again, right? Application data import job.